understanding that economics doesn't change much. The technology is changing here, but the economics is a set of principles that if you apply well, you're going to have a good business. So instead of trying to just say that you use the best and nicest AI out there, I think what we need to focus is what actually works. So another like set of note I'd like to bring to this introduction here is in what's this in the episode for you is the fear if AI is going to replace my work. I think we all face that. It is already replacing a certain types of work. For example, you used to go to events and we had those translators there translating everything. Now it's becoming faster and faster for AI to do that, and you don't need that person anymore with the advancements of the way that artificial intelligence can actually understand human language and do that in real time. So that's a kind of job that the translators used to do that's pretty much gonna diminish with time. I discussed here in the first episode the AI receptionist that I built, which is already doing a kind of replacement that used to happen. I used to have a person doing that, and now an AI does, all of that, incoming message taking and then passes to me. But no matter what AI is replacing, we still, at least for now, need a human in the loop. We need that person that can bring the judgment, the accountability, the reasoning, because AI is amazing at knowledge, but it's not amazing at reasoning yet, and we're going to discuss this in this episode here. And the biggest risk, I believe, here is not AI, it's not adapting to it. It's already there. We're using this everywhere. The cars have artificial intelligence, your Siri on your phone, your Alexa home, your smart home. There's artificial intelligence in so many different places, not only the chat GPT that's out there. And you need to implement this if you're not there yet. So let's start talking about this. So I'll start with some of the benefits, and I'll also mention a few books. If you want to get more detailed on it, I would recommend this. So this is a really easy one to read. It's called Co-Intelligence from Ethan Mollick. And I think I read this in an afternoon because I was so engaged into the reading that it was very easy to read. I confess that I started reading first the Coming Wave and I stopped it. And then I moved to this one, so I'll eventually finish this one. But I really like the co-intelligence because it talks specifically about what's the AI, what's not, the challenges, and how we can exist with them. Okay, this book here, The Coming Wave, is also a good one, but specifically if you are more interested in business, Power and Prediction can be a good one. And in the future, you're going to get there when you get more advanced in the discussions we're having here. The Agentic for Artificial Intelligence from Pascal Barnett is a very comprehensive book, but it's amazing for building artificial intelligence agents, which I'm already doing, and I'm really liking it, but it's pains in doing it as well. And I'll leave this for another episode, right? So I think I'm deviating here. So let's talk about the benefits of AI. So the Coming Wave book mentions a few things, and some of the concepts here I got from the book. It says like the fire, wheel, and electricity, they transform our human civilization. And now we stand in another transformation, which includes AI and biotechnology. And it's very interesting to understand that today we could unlock secrets to the universe, cure diseases, create new forms of art and culture. And with biotechnology, we could engineer life to tackle diseases, transform agriculture, and create a world that's healthier and more sustainable.